Um, this is going to be a rambling, a rant, but I want to talk about this particular subject. But first things first, I do this for me, for venting purposes, and if you don't like it, please get the fuck off my channel. I'm not looking for any praise nor accolades. Now, back to the subject at hand. I want to talk about this subject for a long time, and now I'm going to get to it. I want to talk about villains. Villains. You know, the quintessential bad guy, the no good person that likes to do evil, who wants to conquer the world, and yada, 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 and all that bullshit. In reality, we have so many villains that run this world. The world that we live in reality right now as we speak, is very dark. It's very evil driven. And for the most part, people are just living in fear. They're living in fear, they're living in anger, they're living in sorrow. And almost every negative aspect when it comes to our feelings, we're living in it right now in this bastardized, dark society that we live in. And let me tell you something about villains, man. Not every villain was born to be this way. Not every villain was born to be evil. Not at all. Not at all. Because I realized something, man. When you're a child, when you're young, growing up, you will root for the good guy. But then once you become an adult, you understand the villain. You will truly understand the villain. And I'm going to tell you why. I realize a nice amount of these villains, some of these villains, they just want to be appreciated. They just wanted to be appreciated. And how I know this? Not just in comic books, but also in real life. I came across, okay, of course I did some research when it comes to these characters in these comic books, but also when it comes to people in real life. I realized something about these people, man. The ones that do bad to other people and all that stuff, I realized that some of these dudes were actually good guys at first. They were good guys. And no, it wasn't because they became evil because of their ego and all that stuff. I get what you're saying. They said, oh, the only reason why he became a bad guy or whatever, or did a lot of bad things, is because of his ego and all that. No, it has nothing to do with his ego. It's just that he wasn't appreciated. They basically discarded this dude. They basically treated this dude like he was worthless. They treated this dude like he could not do no right. Basically, they pushed him to the side. They kicked him to the curb. They talked about him. They ridiculed him. They put him down. So you know what he said? Since people don't want me to be the hero, I might as well do things for myself. Or I might as well become the bad guy or whatever. But for the most part, I realize villains, real villains, they just out for themselves. Villains are just out for their motherfucking selves. They refuse to help other people because of how other people treated them. Because other people treated them like the bad guy. But in actuality, they were the good guys. But society didn't see it. So that person became the quintessential villain, and that person decided to do whatever the fuck they wanted to do. Plain and simple. You have to be careful on how you treat people, because you never know, you might need that person in the long run. And I realize that a lot of villains right now on this earth, in my honest opinion, not all of them, but a nice amount of them, some of those dudes, they were actually good guys. They were good guys at first, man. But society basically broke them down. Broke them down to the point that they decided to do what the fuck they want to do, since society wouldn't accept them. And that's why I say from the beginning that some of these villains just wanted to be appreciated for the good works that they have done before they became villains or the bad guys. So it's not just an ego trip. It's not an ego problem. It was their self-esteem. You know what I'm saying? It didn't matter what they did. Motherfuckers would always find a way to denigrate their character, and they just said, "Well, to hell with it. Why bother? You know what I'm saying? To hell with it. Why bother? You know what I'm saying? Even if I do a lot of good things, they're still going to denigrate you and talk about you. So why bother? I might as well just do my own thing." And that's very sad, but it's so damn true. It is so fucking true. And it's like that in today's society. And I remember, and I've been hearing talks on social media like Facebook and YouTube and even Instagram and all that stuff. I hear people, both males and females, want to talk about what happened to all the good guys? Where are the heroes? And you know what I said, man? And I replied on YouTube. You know what I said? I said, well, society killed our heroes. That's right. Society killed their heroes. And it's true. Us as humans in society basically kill off all the heroes because we deem as those particular people are not worthy to be heroes. We basically judge them on their outer appearance or whatever, and we made an assumption thinking that okay, this person is not a hero type, or he's not a he doesn't fit the mold of the typical hero type, so we just gonna put him down or whatever. Bullshit like that. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter on how that person look on the outside. You have to base that person on the content of his character. So you have to base that person on the content of their character, and then only then you will see that person's true motives and actions. You know what I'm saying? You can't just base a person's character based on how they look. But that's how it is in modern day society because we're so fucking superficial and so fucking materialistic to the point that we can't see what's really going on. Society is so damn fickle, so damn materialistic, and so damn superficial to the point that we refuse to look within the character of a person. And that's why society is so fucked up as it is. We killed off our heroes. We're so superficial and so materialistic to the point that society is collapsing as we speak. It really is collapsing as we speak. That's because we refuse to deal with the problems at hand. We refuse to look inward within ourselves and also discern other people's actions from within. You get what I'm saying? We refuse to do that, man. And that's why everything is so fucked up as it is, man. We're so superficial to the point that we can't see the good within others. We can't see, the good actions within others because we're so busy judging people on their outside appearance. And that's very sad and it's very unfortunate, but it is what it is. And that's why the society that we live in will fail. It will collapse. I guarantee it. It will collapse. And when it does, I just hope that people will be prepared for it. But in my honest opinion, they're not going to be prepared. Most people are not going to be prepared for the sudden collapse of society. There's going to be a lot of anarchy. There's going to be a lot of destruction, chaos, stuff like that. So, yeah, a lot of destruction and chaos, man. For real, man. Oh my God, so much, man, so much. But it's alright though, man. It just is what it is, man. Like they said, man, it's just a cycle. Out with the old, in with the new. And like the old saying goes, nothing lasts forever. Every civilization has their peak and it has their destruction. Like the Roman Empire, the Shangway Empire, all these type of empires and these dynasties had their moment in the sunlight, and eventually they had their collapse. So it just is what it is, man. It just is what it is, and that's all I gotta say about that, man. That's all I gotta say. So yeah, man. So thank you so much, and have a good day.